Beyoncé has finally done it. She's clinched the Grammy for Album of the Year. After years of incredible music, countless nominations, and one of the most celebrated careers in the industry, fans are buzzing with excitement. But amidst the cheers, a cloud of skepticism looms. Did her husband Jay-Z play a behind-the-scenes role in securing this monumental win? As the internet erupts with opinions and theories, we're about to dive into the layers of controversy and speculation surrounding this momentous achievement. What really lies beneath the surface of Beyoncé's latest Grammy triumph? Buckle up, because the story is far from over. The Grammy controversy. For years, Beyoncé's relationship with the Grammy Awards has been tumultuous, often filled with controversy and heated debate. Fans and critics alike have accused the Recording Academy of failing to recognize her talent adequately, leading many to question the fairness of the voting system. This conversation reached a boiling point during the 2020 ceremony when Beyoncé lost the Album of the Year award for her critically acclaimed work, Lemonade. The online outcry was deafening. Murmurs of snub echoed through social media, asserting that the Academy's history with Black artists was marred by biases that overlooked exceptional work. Beyoncé's status as a cultural icon only fueled these allegations, with many insisting that her artistry transcended the boundaries of mere celebrity and entered the realm of history-making. Some critics pointed to the past, highlighting years of Grammy snubs from other prominent Black artists as evidence of a systemic issue. The notion of compensatory Grammys emerged as a trending topic, awards handed to rectify past oversights, but failing to award the top honor when it really mattered. This backlash raises intriguing questions. Was she overlooked because of her distinctive style? And why has this pattern persisted? Furthermore, Jay-Z's public comments about the Recording Academy didn't help the situation. In a candid moment, he expressed his disappointment over how Black artists are often treated within the industry, underscoring the struggle of receiving just recognition. His remarks only added fuel to the fire, as fans began to connect the dots between their vocal criticism and Beyoncé's ongoing quest for that elusive Grammy, the ultimate recognition of success. The controversy surrounding the Grammys paints a complex picture of an industry grappling with its own biases, raising questions that go beyond any single artist and into the very heart of how art is celebrated. So as Beyoncé finally steps into the spotlight, triumphing with her recent win, many are left wondering, did this victory signify a real change, or are we merely witnessing an extension of the underlying issues? What lies ahead for not just Beyoncé, but the future of the Grammys and artists like her? These questions linger, compelling viewers to dig deeper into the conversation surrounding equality in the music industry. Jay-Z's discontent. In a candid moment that many didn't expect, Jay-Z voiced his frustrations with the Grammy Awards last year. His comments resonated with countless fans and industry insiders who felt that Beyoncé had been unfairly slighted in previous years. Jay-Z didn't just express disappointment, he hinted at a broader issue within the awards system itself. He boldly pointed out how the Recording Academy often overlooks artists who truly represent the culture. While discussing his own experiences within the industry, he touched on the challenges artists face and the pressure they feel to conform to a specific mold to gain recognition. He specifically mentioned the sacrifices artists, especially women of color like Beyoncé, have made to be acknowledged. His passionate words aimed not just at the Academy, but at systemic patterns that prioritize certain narratives over others, suggesting that Beyoncé's journey had been exemplary, yet part of a flawed journey. This wasn't merely a statement, it was a wake-up call for the Grammys, spotlighting a long-standing conversation about diversity, inclusion, and recognition within music. Jay-Z's discontent served as a rallying cry for those frustrated by past oversight. As the Grammy season approached, the anticipation built. Would this year be different? Would Beyoncé finally receive the recognition she so deserved? Or would her historical success remain overshadowed by an Academy perceived as out of touch? His remarks set the tone for the upcoming awards, heightening expectations. Beyoncé's name was now synonymous with resilience, and Jay-Z's bold stance put her fight for recognition front and center. In a landscape filled with past controversies, it was unclear how the Academy would respond, leaving fans wondering if justice would finally be served. When you look at the Grammy nomination list over the past 2 decades, one name stands out above all: Beyoncé. With an astonishing number of nominations, a record-setting milestone, She has cemented her status as a titan within the music world. This distinction isn't just about numbers. It represents the evolution of an artist whose influence extends far beyond her music. Beyoncé's journey through Grammy nominations began long before her solo debut, but it's her work during the last decade that's particularly noteworthy. Albums like Lemonade didn't just showcase her vocal prowess, they thrust her into a cultural conversation that transcended music. Lemonade was groundbreaking, merging powerful storytelling with stunning visuals that reflected the complexities of identity and feminism. This album played a pivotal role in catapulting her to multiple nominations, shattering old barriers set by the Academy. Now, her latest release, Renaissance, received glowing reviews, yet it didn't come without challenges. The public's expectation was once again sky high, and so was the scrutiny. Fans anticipated a wave of nominations for what many considered a masterpiece. Yet, as the nominations rolled in, there were mixed feelings, especially when it seemed the Album of the Year category remained just out of her reach. The reaction from the public was immediate and passionate. Social media exploded with a mix of celebration and frustration, especially when Beyoncé's record-breaking nominations were juxtaposed with perceived snubs. How could the Academy overlook her for the top honor, they cried. Her impressive catalog has made her the most nominated female artist in history, but questions about the Academy's choices lingered. As we explore this remarkable detail of her career, it's clear that her multiple nominations symbolize a larger narrative in the industry, a discussion about recognition, merit, and acknowledgement of artistry. Beyoncé's impact resonates not only through her awards, but through the cultural shifts she inspires. Each nomination represents the ongoing evolution of what it means to be an artist in today's music landscape, and what it takes to truly break boundaries. Grammy season drama. Unpacking the tension and reactions. When Grammy season rolls around, excitement isn't the only emotion in the air. Tension brews as fans speculate and debate the nominations. Last year, as Beyoncé's much-anticipated album Renaissance stood in the spotlight, the chatter turned electric. Fans eagerly awaited what seemed like a surefire win, but when the time came for the announcements, the results delivered a gut punch. Social media lit up in disbelief. How could this happen? Whispers transformed into a full-blown uproar as Beyoncé's loyal followers took to Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok to voice their frustrations. Hashtags supporting Beyoncé trended worldwide, creating a digital storm that felt unprecedented for an artist of her caliber. The sentiment voiced by many was a mixture of devotion and disillusionment. Was the system rigged against her? This entire debacle stirred emotions deeply rooted within the fanbase, and the outcry revealed something much larger: a perceived pattern of the Recording Academy failing to recognize one of music's greatest luminaries. But what exactly propelled the outrage? Beyond the disappointment of losing, people speculated on the weight of artistry versus commercial success. While her album dominated charts and conversations, the Grammy voters seemed to overlook it for less commercially viable projects. Critics emerged from corners appraising the choices made, suggesting that the Academy favored artists who brought newer trends rather than acknowledging established icons who have historically shaped the industry. With her team rallying for greater recognition, this added pressure ignited a passionate call to action. As fans organized online campaigns, they positioned their voices not just for a single win, but for a shift in the cultural narrative surrounding artists like Beyoncé. They weren't just rooting for her. They were advocating for what they believed was a greater injustice carried on by the Grammy Awards. As the whispers turned to fierce discussions about inclusion, representation, and fairness, the road to the next Grammy season became a captivating saga filled with both determination and anticipation. Fans were now more united than ever, ready to champion Beyoncé in her next battle. This compelling drama didn't just serve as a backdrop for the awards. It set the stage for a monumental shift in how the industry and audiences engage with musical icons. This pivotal moment laid the groundwork for a fiery Grammy season, as followers braced themselves for what was about to unfold, where victory or defeat would not only matter to Beyoncé, but would throw open the doors for conversation about accountability in the music industry. And the fallout from this year's events? Well, that would shock everyone as we dove deeper into the aftermath of these explosive moments. After the announcement of Beyoncé's Grammy victory for Album of the Year, the reactions were nothing short of explosive. Social media erupted with a whirlwind of opinions, ranging from sheer jubilation among her supporters to fierce criticisms questioning the legitimacy of her win. Many fans and critics alike felt that the Grammy should have gone to other artists, leading to a polarized conversation online. Some fans took to Twitter, joyously celebrating this long-awaited recognition for Beyoncé, declaring it a much-deserved moment for the Queen. They highlighted her hard work, innovative artistry, and the cultural impact of her album, Renaissance. Hashtags like #FinallyBeyonce and #AlbumOfTheYear trended as supporters shared their excitement and admiration for her talent. However, not everyone was convinced. Skeptics quickly voiced their disapproval, suggesting that other nominees were overlooked in favor of Beyoncé. Comments like "another token win" and "it's time to recognize real talent" flooded through social feeds. Critics claimed that the win felt more like a consolation prize than a true acknowledgement of artistic excellence. As the debates raged on, a familiar narrative emerged that boxed Beyoncé into a narrative of needing validation from an industry that hadn't fully embraced her artistry in the past. What made the discussion even more electrifying was the connection to Jay-Z. Some commentators roasted the couple, claiming that the win was more about their celebrity status than the quality of the music. Phrases like "power couple politics" and "who you know, not what you create" made waves in online forums, provoking a heated dialogue about meritocracy in the music industry. It was a hard pill for some to swallow, believing that Beyoncé's Grammy was tainted by the backdrop of her business and fame rather than her undeniable talent. With the backdrop of mixed reactions, the discourse surrounding Beyoncé's historic win brought forth a deeper conversation on race, gender, and the often controversial nature of awards like the Grammys. Viewers were forced to ask themselves, what does this victory say about the evolving landscape of recognition in music? And how much does public perception continue to shape the narrative surrounding one of the most celebrated artists of our time? This moment not only spotlighted Beyoncé's hard-earned achievements, but also shone a light on the music industry's complicated relationship with its stars, leaving fans and critics alike to ponder the implications of such a polarizing discussion. The world watched, waiting to see what would come next, for Beyoncé, for the Grammys, and for the conversations that shape the very essence of recognition in art. In conclusion, Beyoncé's long-awaited Grammy win for Album of the Year is a significant milestone that highlights both her artistic journey and the ongoing complexities of the music industry. While many celebrate her well-deserved recognition, lingering questions about the motivations behind the win and the influence of industry power dynamics overshadow the moment. As fans and critics alike grapple with mixed feelings of joy and skepticism, we are reminded that even the most iconic artists must navigate the turbulent waters of public perception and industry politics. This raises an intriguing question. Can one triumph in an industry rife with scrutiny while continuing to inspire and break barriers? As we reflect on her legacy, it's clear that Beyoncé's story is far from over, prompting us to wonder what the future holds for the Queen and how the industry will evolve in response to her undeniable impact.